with the muscles of the neck and head region. So we're going to begin with, these are the digastric muscles, this one right here and that one. Deep to that is the mylohyoid on the side, right? You have to retract all this connective tissue. That is your masseter. You can see it looks like a cheek. Down this way, running from the sternum to the hyoid, you have the sternohyoid. You have two of them, so you can actually cut one back, okay? Right on the side of it, there, the midpoint is the thyroid. So you have the thyroid hyoid, runs from the thyroid to the hyoid, right here on the side, okay? Let me refract that, okay? It's kind of shredded, but running from the sternum to the thyroid, that is your sternothyroid, okay? Then on the side, okay, right deep to this vein, you have the sternomastoid, runs from the sternum to the mastoid. Deep to that, you have the, from the clavicle to the mastoid, that's your cleidomastoid. Chest region, okay. This muscle that you don't need to know, right, runs from the pectoralis to the humerus to the humerus. Okay, that's the pectoral humerus. You don't need to know that, but it's a reference for the pectoralis major that lies beneath it. So you have it on both sides. Deep to that, and more inferiorly, is your pectoralis minor. Okay, and then even more inferiorly, you have the xiphi humerus. You don't need to know this one. Okay, but it runs from the xiphoid process up to the humerus. If you cut that back, okay, we can look at some of the ventral muscles. Okay, so we get down in here, you're gonna have to clear away some of the connective tissue, and you can see right here, you can see the serration. This is your serratus ventralis. Deep to the pectoralis muscles, you have this muscle that runs lengthwise in the chest. This is your scalenus, okay? Then if we go a little bit deeper, so here is your external obliques, okay? We can cut that back. If you clear away some of the fat and connective tissue, you can see the ribs. In between the ribs, that's where you have your intercostal ribs. So you have both external, which is on the outside, and internal intercostal. You just need to know the external intercostal. Down to the belly, okay? Cut away a lot of this connective tissue. The first layer that you run into is your external obliques that run parallel downways. If you cut those back, the external obliques actually lie superior to your rectus abdominis, okay? And you can see here, this is your six-pack. You can see the white line, okay? Your rectus abdominis connects to your internal obliques. So you can see that your external run like this, your internal run like this. Here's your internal obliques, connective tissue. You cut that back, and now you have this layer, which is your transverse abdominis. Okay. Right here where everything meets in the middle, you see this darker white line. That is your linea alba. It is not a muscle. It's just an area where everything connects. Okay, so those are the muscles of the abdominal region. Okay, on the back, okay, well, actually we'll start here on the side. So you see you have your external obliques. As you move posteriorly, you have your latissimus dorsi that connects in the middle of the back and runs up to the arm. As you go up, you have this muscle right here. This is your spinotrapezium. So you can have three trapezium muscles. The trapezium is a triangle like that. So your spinous trapezium, from the middle of the back up this way, this is your acromial trapezium. Okay, runs from the middle of the back up to the acromial region. And then you have this guy right here, which is your clavotrapezius. Okay, so three trapezius muscles: spinal, acromial, claval. Then deltoids. Okay, so the deltoid is the shoulder region. You have three deltoids. You have the this is, let me make sure. So you have the acromial. That's this little one right here. That's your acromial deltoid. This guy right here is your spinous deltoid. And then this guy right here, it kind of looks like your bicep, but it's not. This is your clavodeltoid. Okay. The middle of the back, if we refract, right, the acromial trapezius, you can see that it anchors at the spine of the, what is this called, guys?
Scapula?
Scapula, okay? So the spine of the scapula. Above the spine, you have your supraspinatus. Below the spine, you have your infraspinatus. And then you have this muscle right down here under the latissimus dorsi that comes up from the scapula. This is your teres major. Okay. On the inside of the scapula, you can cut away some of the connective tissue right on the inside right there. That is your subscapulara, right? Your scapula subscapulara. Clear away some of the connective tissue. This one little band right here, this is your rhomboides capitis, because it comes to the top. Think of the cap, so it comes up to the top. And then you have these long fibers. These are your rhomboids. Okay, and then the arms. Okay, so you have your tricep, that's the back of the arm. You have the lateral, okay, your tricep brachia lateralis, because it lies further laterally. You have your tricep brachia longus, and then deep in here, and I don't expect you to really find that one, you have a medial branch of that tricep. So tricep means three heads. Okay, so it's got the longus, the lateralis, and then the medialis. On the front side, okay, if we go deep to the pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, right in here, okay, you can see that that is your bicep brachii. And that is it, guys. That's what you need to know.